Hey guys, so let's talk Crown Jewel, which is taking place this afternoon, here in just a little bit. Um, these are going to be in no particular order. We're going to talk predictions. The first one is going to be the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar. So for this one, I have Brock Lesnar actually winning. I do like Roman as a champion. I don't know how I feel about the whole head of the table gimmick, but it's getting kind of old. But I think with Brock coming back and maybe taking the title off of him and causing that rift between Roman and Paul Heyman potentially, it could give this a whole different kind of look. And I actually like the work that Brock Lesnar is doing since he's returned, not having Paul Heyman and kind of doing his own speaking on the mic. It's actually been kind of interesting. I like this new look for him too. So we will see where that ends up going. We then have the SmackDown Women's Championship. A triple threat. The champion Becky Lynch will take on the boss Sasha Banks and the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. So for this one, I have Becky retaining her title. The main reason for this is because Sasha is going to be staying on SmackDown. So what would have made sense, and I kind of based this prediction kind of on the results from Raw this week, because with Charlotte putting her title on the line, it could have made sense for Charlotte to drop the Raw title to Bianca and then have Sasha win here today. Then there would be no swapping of titles. You wouldn't have to do that. But with Charlotte retaining the Raw Championship, it does not make sense then to put this SmackDown title on Sasha. Then you would have both titles on SmackDown, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I decided that either Becky Lynch was going to retain or Bianca was going to win here today. And I feel like Bianca has had a little bit of an upper hand kind of lately, and with that, again, generally whoever kind of looks stronger just going into the pay-per-view is generally the one that is not going to win at the pay-per-view. So that's going to be my pick there. I don't think that this is done between Becky and Bianca. I feel like things are going to continue there. Then we have the WWE Championship, Big E versus Drew McIntyre. And in this one, I have Big E retaining. I like Big E as a champion. I feel like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have him overcome Bobby Lashley, so to speak, and have it be such a short title reign. So I feel like you should keep that title on Big E. This doesn't necessarily have to be the end for Drew McIntyre. It is, as far as this particular feud goes, because Drew McIntyre goes over to SmackDown. Again, making it not make a whole lot of sense if Drew McIntyre were to win. Again, you would have both the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship on the same brand. So we want to keep in mind where these superstars are going to be going starting tomorrow. Okay. We then have Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg in a no-holds-barred match. Just going to put this out there. My husband really is a fan of Goldberg. Not necessarily, like, in particular, newer work, but from kind of in his heyday, so to speak. I don't know, like, I had Bobby Lashley winning this. I really do. But I do also agree, now that I'm kind of reading this from CBS Sports, that if they go with Bobby Lashley winning. You have that 50-50 booking. But they could... It could be that Goldberg's son does come out. But at the same time, I'm going to stick with Bobby Lashley because I feel like the Hurt Business is going to come out. Now this could lead to more because Goldberg's son could come out and have some interaction with the Hurt Business. And that could be interesting. So I'm going to keep this with Bobby Lashley winning this match. Okay, we then have what is probably going to be a very, very good match, and I'm so looking forward to it. Seth Rollins taking on Edge in a Hell in a Cell match. These are two very hard-hitting men that can really put it all on the line, and they will. We're going to see a very good match. It's going to be a long one. These guys pull absolutely everything out of their playbooks and throw it at each other. They're very well matched. They've watched each other. They know each other in the ring. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully, this may be the end of things for them, but I don't think so. They could be leaning toward the mixed match thing. Some people seem to think that there's a possibility that Beth Phoenix comes out. Honestly, I have Seth Rollins winning this, but they might be right about Edge winning. Actually might change that too. So, I'm going to change this to having Edge win, and I think part of it could be because of Beth Phoenix coming out, and maybe Becky comes out too, depending on when her match is. We will see, but I am going to go with Edge winning this. It kind of makes a little bit more sense. Alright, then we have the Raw Tag Team Championships. We have the champions, RK Bro, and they are taking on AJ Styles and Omos, the former champions. CBS Sports has RK Bro retaining the titles. I don't necessarily agree. I feel like AJ Styles and Omos are going to get the titles back, and this is going to be the turn for the breakup for Orton and Matt Riddle. I don't know that they need to be together necessarily anymore. So I feel like this could be the end of RK Bro. And I don't know that you do really anything else with Randy or with Styles and Omos if they're not looking at title contention. And Omos is not ready for singles action. Obviously, AJ Styles is. He's a hugely talented competitor there in the ring. We then have Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. So I think earlier I was leaning towards Mustafa Ali. But I think I kind of have to agree more with this with Mansoor. He did win the 50-man battle royal that they had. He did just pick up a win though. So, you know, I'm going to stick with Mustafa Ali. I'm going to stick with him. Yes. I think with Mansoor picking up that win, yes. I'm going to keep it with Mustafa Ali. I don't think that this is the end for them. They're going to continue this feud, and it's been entertaining. They're two very talented men. So really for Mansoor's kind of first true feud, if you will, I think this is a good one. So now we get into the finals. We have the King of the Ring finals. We have Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods. And as much as I would love to see King Woods, I feel like they are going to go with Finn Balor. They could go with Xavier Woods, but seeing as how Woods was wearing the robe and the crown, and Balor is known as the Prince, I feel like they're going to make him King Balor. And I would kind of like to see that. This should be a very good match. They should give it some time. I'm looking forward to that one. Then we have the Queen's Crown. The first ever. And honestly, I don't really know how I feel about. I'm okay with Zelina Vega being in these finals. But I honestly kind of feel like they should have went with Shayna Baszler. We have Doudrop versus Zelina Vega instead. And CBS has Doudrop winning, which could happen. I really hope that they go with Zelina Vega. I feel like this is going to be a shorter match. I don't think I'm going to give them a whole lot of time. But I really superly hope that they give this to Zelina Vega. Not that I have anything against Doudrop, because I don't. And I feel like she's going to be a great competitor. But I don't think she's at a spot where you give her this inaugural win. When you're looking at an inaugural match, you need to have it be someone that is legitimate and believable. And Doudrop could be there eventually. But right now, I don't think she is legitimately at that spot where you give her this big of a position. And winning an inaugural Queen's Crown final would be a huge responsibility. You need to have someone believable. You need to have it someone that could believably be one of those top contenders. And I feel like of them, Zelina Vega is that person. So that is my predictions for Crown Jewel. We will see you guys in a little bit watching this show.